Yes, MOs of various PHCs, CHCs were discussing the crucial matter of manpower. And we are well seized of this matter, and we are seeking for an appointment with the Honorable Chief Minister, where we will bring to his attention immediate requirement for especially specialists, super specialists, and even MBBS doctors in our systems. Some of the areas in West Khasi Hills are very far-flung, not reachable. 40%, I was told, of West Khasi Hills alone does not have motorable access. So there was this huge requirement to supply ambulances to these regions which had 4 wheels. So this is the kind of information that you receive when you go on the ground. And I'm very happy we went, because at least we'll be able to take up maybe 5 agendas for the West, which we can likely consider and overcome in the next 5 years.
What about the supply of medicine?
Where I asked them approximately how many days would a truck or a lorry take to travel all the way from Karnataka to Shillong. I was telling them that it would take minimum of 15 days, but they are convinced that it takes 4 days. So this is something which, again, I am not an expert. So the safety, the food safety inspector is the best and most competent person to do this. We have instructed them to take this seriously and to do all the necessary inquiries. Find out, because that is what they said, 4 days. And even 4 days, fish has a very short shelf life. How does it continue to be fresh and look fresh after so many days is the $1,000,000 question. So public should cautiously have or consume such items of food which have traveled that distance. Go local. I'm not again advertising for local, but go for something which is safe for you.
Ma'am, yesterday you made an inspection to the health infrastructure in West Khasi Hills.
Yes.
What did
We had the first zonal meeting of MLAs at West Khasi Hills at my chairmanship, where we were able to take on board all the 4 MLAs belonging to West Khasi Hills, and we had an extensive meeting between the MLAs, the MOs, nursing staff, supervisors, DHS, and the NHM MD at Nongston, where a lot of the queries, a lot of the questions on efficiency of health service centers in and around the West Khasi Hills were discussed. We also took some random spot inspections. We went to a few facilities. We went to the MCH hospital, where there was this huge transfer of equipments from the MCH to Mokurwat, where these equipments were urgently required, whereas they were just sitting in a godown there in the MCH, so they were being put into better use. Then we saw the civil hospital. We also looked at the various facilities at the civil hospital. I also went to the TB testing center. I also feel that we have to look at the possibility of initiating a tuberculosis center there. We need to have a full-fledged hospital. So a lot of matters were taken up. Whatever questions that needed to be asked by the honorable MLAs was done. It was a very fruitful meeting, and I'm happy that it happened. I have medicines as well, and that is another agenda where I will be taking the appointment from the honorable Chief Minister, because we need to figure out quickly how to ensure that indented medicines from the districts are going to reach the districts ASAP. In the meanwhile, because this new organ authority that has been put in place is not fully functional yet, so immediately some amount of funds have already been released to districts to ensure that essential medicines at least are not compromised, and all facilities have. I've in fact brought a list of medicines which need immediately to be attended to, simple materials for healthcare, from drips to syringes to gloves. There was this feeling that post-COVID again there seems to be a slump. We are going to attend to all these matters at the earliest, and going to the districts is the best way to find out what is not there and what is there. So we will be preparing a report and we will be prioritizing all of these issues. I will have to first go to Jainti Hills, where I will meet with the MLAs of Jainti Hills. We'll have another zonal meeting there. I'll be going to West Garo Hills, where we'll try to call as many Resubelpara, others, all these MLAs together, at least to understand the minds of the MLAs at the beginning of this term. I'll be going to South Garo Hills. So I hope to engage productively like this to first understand what is this challenge that is there before us, so that we can likely make inroads in the correct direction and not just look at what NHM is telling us to do, or looking at just what a policy coming from the government is telling us to do, because so many gaps are there. I've been told that even in the utilization of MHIS, there are some very inherent issues that need to be attended. So these are the things that I learn only by go to the districts, and I'm trying my best to do that. And that prescribed procedure will be implemented.
Don't you think that there should be fact-finding? I mean, already the minister, there should be some sort of inquiry, FIR should be there, and find out the source where it is mixed.
We have had an interaction with vendors, wholesalers and fish merchants. We've already said, you are the ones buying this material to bring to our state to sell. Insulate your safety measures for your own consumers. It is in their interest that this is done. They say that they have a certification from the government of Karnataka. Now where is it happening? Where is this tampering happening? Now you need to figure out, because you are the vendors. If I'm bringing something to the market and selling it to you, I have to ensure that it has a full safety measure and I have insulated my people myself. So you can't keep passing the buck. But there is a procedure for violation of food safety, and that procedure shall be applied. And I am not the competent authority to tell you that, because there is a competent authority. Please sit with the DC, who is the chairperson of that commission. Sit with the food safety officer. They will give you a more detailed information. We are only taking a decision to insulate and ensure that safety is there for the people of the state of Meghalaya, beyond which our duty will obviously stop. I don't know why you don't sit with these people to get better information. They are more conversant with the law. How do you expect a minister to be conversant with every law?
You are a spokesperson, you can get reports from them.
I already have a report, but the report is just that much. That for 15 days, the consignment that came will take 15 days approximately to get out of the system. A fresh consignment will likely come after 15 to 20 days. So that is what has been done. Please sit with the officers concerned and get a proper detail so that you give proper information to the public.
Ma'am, these fish traders
Passed some very important agendas. First agenda that was passed by the cabinet today was it has passed the proposal for the amendment of the Meghalaya District Courts Ministerial Service 2020. Henceforth, district courts will be authorized to omit and delete rule number 33, and henceforth the DSC rules will also apply in the district courts. What do you call it? Job and employment.
Yes, and no transfer.
No transfers. Yeah. So that is the first thing. The ministerial service rule. It was amended today. We've deleted rule 33, and henceforth the district Meghalaya District Courts ministerial service rules will ensure that jobs are not transferable. The second decision taken was we've amended the Cabinet was pleased to amend OMs of the Personnel Department on reservation policy, reservation roster. In the new situation where we have a new Cabinet memo regarding the implementation of the roster in the state of Meghalaya, we were now able to omit certain erroneous memorandums that were issued in the previous years, 1970. For example, in 1972, 12/01/1972, the OM relating to vacancies for scheduled tribe and scheduled caste, with the notification which says that number of vacancies would be filled up as per roster point arrived at the reservation policy. Hence, the regulation of reservation in a situation when the number of vacancies is 9 or less would not be required anymore. So that has been amended. We also amended another one, modified version of the OM dated 1974. So the OM will be set aside as it is being observed that most of the vacancies reserved for Garo categories have been and are being filled by qualified candidates from the Garo category who are available from within the state. So we are not, we have deleted the office memorandum which allowed Garos living outside the state of Meghalaya being eligible for applying for jobs in the state of Meghalaya. A third OM has also been looked at and we have amended this. The OM of 2020 on reservation roster for persons with disabilities. It was notified then. However, with the issue of the new OM dated 14/6/23, the reservation for persons with disabilities have been fixed as per definite points in the reservation roster, and hence the previous OM will not be applicable henceforth. A proviso also has been added to this new reservation roster, provision of para 2. And in view of this, it has been found necessary that this proviso should also entail paragraph 2 to the OM incorporating a qualification paper that is knowledge of local language to be included for recruitment of categories of posts which fall under the purview of the district selection committee. So these were few things that were decided, and
The Chief Minister, he had stated that whether to lift or not to lift the ban on...
No. Honorable Chief Minister may not have been briefed that the ban was on till the 26th. However, henceforth, random testing will continue. And if tomorrow another test is conducted and it is found that the formalin levels in fish is very high, then we will have to reinstate the ban.
But then there will be
Because
health risks.
the Chief Minister was not aware that the
it's
ban
not
has
a
been
communication
lifted
gap.
2 days.
The Chief Minister was simply responding to a query of the media as to what is the take of the government on this matter. And the statement made by the Honorable Chief Minister clearly stated that the ban will continue if formalin is again found in high, dangerous, whether high or low, unacceptable levels. Formalin is formalin, it is not to be used. So the Chief Minister is saying that if tomorrow it is found that this again repeats in the test taken by the Health Safety Commission, it will be immediately taken out of the market.
There will be health risk because
Yes.
the test reports sent to along with the 30 samples. Some are yet to come.
Yes,
So
full.
pending that, how can you go on withdrawing the or selling? it?
Listen, the Health Commission, the Health Safety Commission is a competent authority to clarify all of these doubts. You may kindly sit with the competent authority, who is either the Commissioner herself, who is the DC, or the Health Officer, the Food Safety Commissioner herself, Please sit with them. We don't want these gaps to occur.
No, there is a
We are
gap.
the political masters. We are saying that this is what has been found. And if tomorrow it is found again, then again the ban will be reinstated. So, for correct information as to whether or not the lift is there or not, I have seen it in my inbox. I have access to that. So, there will be a lift, but if the next test again comes, if the result is the same, then you just have to
By that time, people must have consumed already.
by the cabinet today, and that is enhancement of financial powers to DGP, IGP, DIGP, SP under Schedule 4 of the Meghalaya Delegation of Financial Powers Rule 2006. Henceforth, DGPs, IGPs, DIGPs, SPs under Schedule 4 of the Meghalaya Delegation of Financial Power rules will be enhanced accordingly under different categories, category A, B, C, D, etc., etc. So these are few decisions that the cabinet has taken. And we also had a very programs that would be taken into consideration are now in the pipeline to improve mobility in the cities across the state of Meghalaya. We will start a new project first for the state of Meghalaya. Few things have been proposed in the pipeline. That presentation was just familiarizing the cabinet with some of the plans in the pipeline, but a lot of issues were undertaken. There's going to be a matter dealing with traffic congestion, a matter dealing with improvement of water supply, and pipe systems in the cities, especially the city of Shillong. There would be few proposed skywalks, few proposed recreation and leisure parks like children's parks. So these were some of the things that were exposed to the cabinet for its consideration. However, a second meeting would be held where we would give final details to that plan.
Can we ask?
Yes, understand clearly what is being asked and what needs to be the response.
Ma'am, will your committee also invite the indigenous minority tribes that have demanded for 15% reservation?
We have already met at the level of the Honorable Chief Minister with the other indigenous scheduled tribe communities of the state of Meghalaya last week. And we have communicated to them that they will send in writing all of their observations. Again, the committee of political parties headed and chaired by me is not a competent authority to understand and to give comments on this matter. We are anyways forming a committee of experts. We are now at a process of searching for members, firstly, who will be willing to head such or to be member or to be part of such a committee. Process is already now being started. We just have to be vigilant, and we will wait. And we understand that there's this pressure, but we shall not rush into matters because these are all very sensitive matters with a lot of legal complications, and we do not want to say anything which is going to be incorrect in this point in time.
So have the search committee shortlist?
No, search committee is on the job. We are yet to sit to be able to understand who are the kind of individuals who will be called, what is the format of calling such individuals, what are the other logistical requirements that will be necessary to even hold meetings with such committees. So all of that is being considered, and now we are in a process of searching. So we need to give the search committee its own time so that we do things in the correct way, in the correct manner. Firstly, we need to understand what are the queries on the reservation policy. Once the queries are understood and we understand the mind of people posing the questions, then we can likely look at the membership of this expert committee. Because membership of this expert committee will be determined by the kind of predominant questions and issues that arise, that are being asked by these various organizations and individuals of the community. The event of government already saying that a committee will be put in place to review the reservation policy. Now, all political parties, all stakeholders, irrespective of the kind of forum that they all represent, will be given adequate opportunity to present before this committee their proposed observations, proposed deletions, omissions, and hence there should be no fear from political parties, because that is going to be sorted out. It may take time because it's a cumbersome exercise, but every political party will be permitted to be presenting its views before this committee. As far as the implementation of roster, there is a committee in place. Any observation that is being felt by the various political parties can always be brought to the attention of the committee. We will sit, we will talk. One letter has come from KNUM. However, I have clarified again, nomenclature used in the government's announcement may not conform to certain words which they may want us to use. However, in principle, in spirit, in letter, the roster serves the purpose of the implementation of this practice that has been going on in the state of Meghalaya since 1972. Convention and practice will be traditionally followed through, and whatever observations being made, political parties can send these observations. We are yet to decide whether this committee headed by me will be sitting again or not. We are yet to take a call on that. We are still waiting for all political parties to send in their observations. Up till today, we have not been able to take a review of that because many political parties have not submitted anything to now. One political party may have submitted something about usage of a certain word in the roster, but other than that, everything else has still not taken final shape.
What is the deadline for your committee?
There is no deadline. We are waiting for political parties to please kindly forward their observations, their suggestions, omissions, deletions, and we will take it up. And like we said earlier, we ourselves as a committee, when we sat twice, realized that we are not competent enough on our own to study the complex nature of the reservation policy of the state of Meghalaya.
So, ma'am,